And probably help if I actually turned on my microphone. Shit like that. Bruh, why am I getting bonked already? What'd I do? I literally just fucking started, man. I'm already getting bonked. Hold up, let me move my mic. Hui. Alright. Hello. Hello, hello. Let me get this shit on. Bring this shit down too, because I'm gonna fiddle with something while I do shit. Okay. Okay, hey Stone, hey Smugstuck, hey Paris, hey Leon, how you guys doing? I am doing quite okay myself. I just got home personally, clearly, but you know. Oh, fuck. The day was... It was a day. It was most certainly a day. It was... No, that is not how today was. Today was extremely slow. I made one sale and it was at the very end of the day. Hold up, real quick, before we get too far into this. I got my drink real quick. Let me just... I don't know if y'all could hear that at all. But, yeah. Nah, man, today was fucking slow and boring as hell. Fuck, man, I don't know. Like... Oh, fuck, hold up. Okay. Let's see. I am indeed live, of course. Music is playing. I will once again reiterate the fact that these after-work streams are going to be very rushed, with little to no preparation and little to no warning in advance. They will literally just be whenever the fuck I feel like streaming after work. So you're not getting anything planned. This is just me yapping and doing me things. Fresh off of work, so sleepy brain. Depending on the day, low to high energy. Anyways, let's talk about today. Just because I want to for a bit. Today was... I don't fucking hydrate. Okay, hi. Hey Megas, how you doing? Okay, now let's talk about today. So, today was pain. To put it plain and simple, today was pain. Literally the entire day was nothing but sitting around and twiddling my fucking thumbs while I wait for someone to show up. Doing good, doc tomorrow, but I'm feeling electric. Oh no. Is that good or is that bad? I don't know. I'm stupid with these kinds of fucking sayings, man. I don't understand shit. No, but today was fucking boring, man. I didn't have much to do. The guests and customers that I had were, like, brushing me off a lot, so I couldn't really sell much of anything. And what I did sell was, like, at the very fucking end of the day, so it's not like I got much from it, because our traffic for the day was slow as balls, man. We had, like, 20 people coming through the entire store throughout the entire day, so... Pain and suffering, man. Pain and suffering. Both, I may be going to sleep later, but I'll be good to go on schedule. Okay, I gotcha. That was good, at least. No, boring work days are the fucking worst. Okay. But... I don't know, there's not much to talk about with work because I did fuck all at work. Jesus, man. Oh. I guess if y'all have things you want to yap about for a bit,
I couldn't today.
feel free to go ahead and bring that up. Grimax, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome. My name is Jesse. I'm a Succubus YouTuber. Welcome to Horny Joe. Hiya, hiya. Yes, I did try. I did my best, and my best failed, so... now I'm here yapping to you fucks, so that's fun. No, but I am... I'm not tired per se. I'm just, like, worn down from the whole lot of nothing that happened. Yes, Horny Jail. This is Horny Jail. Welcome to Horny Jail. This is where I keep all my little jesters, my little fucking horny gremlins. Tomorrow will be the day that I have that, because I did most of my work on Thursday. I see, I see. Well, hopefully tomorrow I can make up what I fucking lost today, because, you know, I'd like to make money. I very much would, so... Yes, I am indeed the warden of Horny Jail, yes. That is my job. What the fuck is this, man? Hold on. This is a thing? Okay. That's fucking cool, man. Okay, so I have this... Nerd rant here for a second. Okay, I apologize. So on my alt account, I follow a lot of updates and news about upcoming, like, Transformers figures and shit. And I'm just seeing there's this fucking collab that was just announced with the NFL. With these little fucking $25 figures that turn into freaking football helmets. Show you guys? Alright, I gotcha. Give me a second. I will try to pull up all of these pictures as best I can. Save image. Image. Keep in mind, I don't know shit about NFL anything. I would purely be getting this because it's a transformer that turns into a fucking football helmet, man. And I like things that turn into weird things. So, don't judge me. You get my feeling? Hell yeah. Okay, I'm not alone then. Let me see. Show on stream. Just that. Alright, I'm gonna go through these pretty... I'm gonna go through them one at a time, but... Lucas, hi! How you doing? How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? I'm just about to show chat this one fucking thing that I just saw that got announced. Since you're new in the chat, TLDR, I'm a fucking Transformers nerd. I love everything Transformers, and I follow a bunch of pages on Twitter for, like, updates on stuff. And this freaking collab was just announced with the NFL, and it's these little fuckers that turn into, yeah, Transformers. They turn into football helmets, and this is what they are. So, let's see. I have the page up here. It's going to be a collab. There's 4 different ones coming out. There's one for the Kansas City Chiefs, there's one for the Dallas Cowboys, there's one for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and one for the Green Bay Packers. So this is what they're all looking like right here on the screen. Oh, fucking ads. God damn it. God fucking damn it. Okay, I guess I'll wait to continue my rant until after the ads. Great. Ad jail, yes. I'm sorry for those of y'all in ad jail. For those of y'all that aren't in ad jail, hi, you're cool. Convince everyone to sub to me so they don't have to stay into ad jail. Oh, you're back? Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. How do they know? It's because they're in your fucking brain, man. They're in your mind. Mm-hmm. They got spyware. They're spying on you through your camera. They know what you look at. They see your hentai folder. They see that you watch WWE. They see that you watch WWE hentai. They see that you like to watch gay men kissing. Alright, ad break back. Okay. Yeah, so, Chiefs, Cowboys, Steelers, and the Packers. Up here. So yeah, this is what they're gonna be looking like down here on the screen. Chiefs, I'll probably get that one because that's closer to where I live, I guess. I don't know, man. Let me go ahead and pull up the full... Giga, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Welcome. My name's Jesse. I'm a Succubus VTuber. Welcome to Horny Jail. Alright, real quick, let me go ahead and get the second picture. Because this is the picture of all four. And this is picture of what one of them is going to look like. Right here. I'm doing pretty good. How about you, man? How about you? The Packers one, they don't have a full picture of just the Packers one. I think this one is of the Dallas Cowboys. This is the only full one that's been fully showcased. This is what the because they're all gonna be the exact same, like tooling and everything like that. Of course, just the color decoration and the paint apps are gonna be different. So yeah, this one is just based off of again, correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is the Cowboys. I don't know sports. I don't know sports at all. But I'm pretty sure this is the Cowboys. Again, slap me over the face if I'm fucking wrong. It is? Okay. Yes, this is what it's going to be like in the bot mode. And let me go ahead and pull up the picture of the helmet mode. That is going to be probably how most people are going to be displaying this. It's this. Yeah, it's going to turn into this. I am not buying it because it's I'm not buying it because it's NFL. I'm buying it because it's a fucking transformer that turns into a football helmet. And it's so much cooler than the last fucking NFL or sports collab that it had. Because, okay, there was this one obscure collab back in, okay, I'm gonna leave this up on screen real quick while I talk. There was, a collab back in the early 2000s that Transformers did, I think, with MLB, the Major League Baseball League, and it was of these weird ass little transforming baseball caps. Let me see if I can't go ahead and pull up pictures of these because they are the weirdest little fuckers you've ever seen. And honestly, this might turn into a rant because there's a whole bunch of collabs that Transformers has done with different brands, and there are some weird ones. There are some weird ones, man. All right, let me pull this one up. Let's see. There we go. Oh, perfect. I found a picture that it's both of them in one. Okay. Let me save that image. Save that. Okay. And I'm removing this one for now. You are about to see Captimus Prime and Capitron. That's literally what they called him. Yeah, it's... I don't like these, man. I don't like them. I fucking hate them. I fucking hate them. Okay, so a bit of context for these guys. Again, this stream is probably going to turn into a whole bunch of nerd ranting. So if you're into that shit, stick around, because that's probably all you're gonna hear today. If you don't like that shit, turn off the stream, because it's all you're gonna hear today. But yeah, so basically what these are is, back in the early 2000s when these were released, there was a gimmick that Takara and Hasbro were trying to push. That's the company that makes Transformers, by the way. They're partner companies. There's a gimmick that they were trying to push called automorphing. It's basically where the figure kind of half transforms itself for you. And I don't know if you see at the very top of the caps here, because I used to have the black one of these. If you look at the top of the figures here, you'll see there's kind of like the buttons at the very top of them. Those are actual buttons that you would push down on in the cap mode, and it would literally transform the entire figure for you. And the only bad part about that, it's super cool when it works. Bad part about that is, if the automorph breaks, then the entire figure is basically fucked. So this figure in particular is a notorious case where the automorph feature breaks near enough instantly. Also, hey Vembril, how you doing? We're nerd ranting throughout the entire day. You saw the problem on it when you noticed? Yeah. So again, I'm gonna zoom in real quick here. If you take a look at like the main torso section here, I'm gonna cover myself real quick, just so I can show you guys this. If you look at the main torso section here, you can see that there's a lot of thin struts coming up connecting the shoulder pads. That's because the main mechanism that houses the automorph is inside of the chest itself. And the button is connected to the back of the robot figure itself. That's what becomes the roof of the cap in robot mode. Or in alt mode, I should say. So if you so much as pressed that thing in just a little bit too much, or if you left it sitting for too long, then the automorph feature would snap and the figure would be unable to transform at all. Why do they look so strange? I don't fucking know. It was the thing with, I think it was a thing with like baseball mascots at the time, where they were supposed to have like these hulking upper bodies and like these slim lower legs, because of course, like it's baseball, you're supposed to have all the power up in the upper arms so you can pitch and bat and shit like that. So they were trying to make the figures to kind of like fit that aesthetic. Oh, I need a drink real quick. Excuse me. Okay. Why are you bonking me for? I did nothing. But yeah, that's the horrors of Captimus Prime. So, now let me go ahead and pull up the next weirdest collab figure that I've seen. Give me a second. Fucking hell. Can I find a decent quality picture of this, please? Please. I'd love to. Alright, it was sports label. Alright. Alright, this is probably about as best as a picture I'm gonna get of it. Okay. So, let me go ahead and change this. Allow me to show you Sports Label Optimus Prime. It is an Optimus Prime that turns into a tennis shoe. I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know, man. Stupid news for you. Oscar Academy members weren't until now required to watch the movies that they were voting on at the Oscars. What the fuck, man? That's stupid. Yes, turns into a shoe. Why? Because they fucking can. Yeah, so this is Sports Label Optimus Prime. It has real laces, by the way. So it does technically function as a real shoe. You just can't wear it. This figure came out a couple years after the Captimus Prime and all that. So it wasn't automorph fully, but there was still a bit of automorph in the torso. So again, part breakages. So you gotta pick one mode and leave it. But no, okay, and I don't know if you see as well. I got one with a picture of the packaging on it as well, because look how they fucking did the packaging for it too. Look at how they did the packaging. They tried to make it into a fucking shoebox. They made the shoe transformer packaged in a shoebox. It does, okay, and when the lid's closed, it doesn't have any like branding or anything like that. It literally just looks like a normal fucking shoebox. So like, why? I don't... Yeah, man, there have been some weird Transformers collab figures. Hold up, let me see if I can try and find some more. Let's see. There was that one time Transformers collabed with Beyblade, but that's not exactly... It wasn't a figure. Hey Vicky, how you doing? I'm explaining the weird history of Transformers collaborative figures to people against their will. So let's see. Okay, so I can tell you there aren't many like weird ones. There are kind of cool concept ones that were just terrible in execution. Like, let me pull up the Transformers Top Gun collab, because there was a collab with Top Gun Maverick. Oh god, I'm getting flashbacks about this figure just fucking looking at it. Okay, see, yes, you would think it would be a cool idea. It sounds like such a fucking cool idea. However, they executed this shit horribly. Now, on first glance, this looks fine, right? On first glance, it looks cool, right? It comes with a motorcycle, it's got a pretty decent looking alt mode, and it's got a cool looking robot mode. It looks cheap, man. Like, look at the fucking... Okay, so normally I wouldn't be disappointed with this thing. I wouldn't be disappointed normally. However, this figure retailed for 80 bucks when it came out. It retailed for 80 bucks. For a figure that barely holds together, the paint looks absolute shit, and the plastic feels like it could shatter at any second. Yeah, this shit was 80 bucks. And let me see real quick what people are trying to upsell the shit on eBay for, because there are some ridiculous eBay prices for this. Transformers X Top Gun. Oh, fuck. Okay, good. Okay, good. eBay actually realizes that this is shit. They're selling it for 30 and 40 bucks. They're selling it for 30 to 40 bucks, man. Even eBay realizes that this shit is cheap. Okay, like for 30 to 40 bucks, I can understand. Sure, get it. If you want something that's only gonna sit on your shelf and you're never gonna touch again, because you do not want to mess with this figure at all. So if you take a look at kind of like the way that the robot is proportioned, it's kind of styled after the old Macross figures, where you've got like the plain cockpit for like the chest, and you've got like the thrusters and whatnot for the legs. And holding it all together is a single tab. A single tab that is not even a millimeter thick. And it's the core center point of what keeps the entire bot mode together. So if you just so happen to stress that tab, let's say, and stressing, by the way, is like when you're like bending or abusing a piece so much to the point where it like snaps or like bends or warps. If you stress that tab even a tiny bit, the entire torso doesn't stay together and it wants to fall over and collapse in on itself. Again, $80 by the way. $80 retailed, by the way. $80. I gotta say it every time. $80. Yes, it will fall apart. So I mean, it's not a big deal if people are the kind of collector that like wants to keep their figures in alt mode. Because like the tab doesn't compromise the robot mode at all. Or it doesn't compromise the plain mode at all. If you want to transform it into like its alt mode and leave it on the shelf, that's fine. By the way, bit of terminology, I'm sorry, I should have explained. Alt mode is the alternative mode to like a plane, car, stuff like that, and then bot mode, of course, is robot mode. Sorry, I should have explained that before. But yeah, so if you want to leave it in alt mode, it's fine. But putting it in robot mode is basically a gamble. I'll stretch real quick. What makes you sad? MKQ, thank you for the hug. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. I am doing pretty damn good. Yes, that fucking... I wish it wasn't canceled, man. I waited 2 years for a second trailer for that game, only to find out it was fucking canceled. I hate that shit, man. Oh, fuck. And I almost had every single one of the Reactivate figures that came out. The only one I'm missing is Starscream. But if I want to get Starscream, I have to buy it in the pack with the Bumblebee figure that I already have, and I don't want to do that. So unless I can find someone selling just Starscream, then, you know, whatever, man. Or maybe I'll just get the 2-pack again. I don't know. I really like the Bumblebee figure, so maybe I'll get it just to have one robot, one alt mode, one. Anyways, back to this shit. Let me... Oh my god. Oh my god. Speaking of Star Wars. Oh my fucking god. You said that you used to post on Twitter, nice art. Thank you. I really enjoy that art. I love it so much. Oh god, speaking of Star Wars, oh my god. Where do I even begin with Transformers and Star Wars? Where do I even begin? Fuck it, let's... Okay. Also, I'll Smash Your Pass post too. Yeah. Smash Your Pass was fun. Yeah, so Transformers and Star Wars has been a thing for a long time. There was one recently that just came out that I'm still trying to hunt down. It looks sick as fuck. Let me pull up a picture of the good one. Let me pull up a picture of the recent good one, just to show you what the collab is like at its peak. And then I'll show you what it's like in the early days when it was fucking awful. Okay. So, this figure should be on store shelves currently. I have not found it yet, but I am currently looking for it. It is a Transformers X Star Wars collaborative figure of the Mandalorian in his N1 Starfighter mode. And this thing looks fucking sick, I'm gonna be honest. This thing looks sick. I really love the way this figure looks. It does, right? It looks awesome. I love this thing. And it's got like a little holster on the side like there where you can like store his pistol in. And the second cockpit up at the top of the Starfighter mode is supposed to be like... it's supposed to change into like a floating cradle that Grogu sits in. So yeah. And then the flight stand for the N1 Starfighter mode becomes his cape and his shield. So this is an example of a super cool figure. And again, this figure in particular, if you like it, it is on store shelves. You can buy this. You can find it. It is currently been spotted at Walmarts. So if you have a Walmart near you, definitely give it a look. Because I've seen reviews of this figure. I definitely recommend it. And I want it for myself. No, you should be able to if you have like other stores in Brazil. But yeah, so this is an example of a Star Wars collab done right. Now then, I'm gonna give you guys a choice. Do you want me to go directly to the worst of the worst, or do you want me to kind of like lead you guys into the bad figures? What do you guys want to see? Because I have options for you. I have options. They're not good options, but they're options. Gradually get worse? Okay. Gotcha. Okay, then I will start off with the next one being one that I actually had as a kid. Let me go ahead and save this. Alright, so this one is one that I had when I was younger. This is Obi-Wan Kenobi in his Jedi Starfighter form. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. The alt mode, that is, at least. But that robot mode, man, that leaves a lot to be desired. So, a bit of history about the plastic quality of these figures. I'm gonna kind of like move this off to the side here so I can kind of see myself while I'm talking. So, back in the early 2000s when these figures were just coming out, there was a horrible thing going on in Transformers production called gold plastic syndrome. So any kind of plastic with kind of like a golden-ish or metallic color, not painted, molded, mind you, had a tendency to snap if even the slightest pressure was applied to it. Now, take a look at this figure here. I want you to tell me what you see the primary color on this figure is. Take a good look and guess. Take a little guess. Take a guess. what this figure is almost entirely comprised of. The Anakin version had it so much worse, by the way. The Anakin version had it so much worse. But gold plastic. Well, not gold plastic necessarily, but a gold plastic substitute. So the leg chunks, the arm chunks, the starfighter bits hanging off the side of the legs, the clips holding together the cockpit in the middle, all of that was made of the exact same kind of plastic as the stuff littered with gold plastic syndrome. So that was fucking awful. This thing ow, I didn't do nothing. No, so like this figure, I'm pretty sure is still sitting at the bottom of a fucking bin somewhere in my parents' house in pieces because his legs fell off, his waist sheared clean off, and I cannot for the life of me ever find the Starfighter bits ever again. Those are gone somewhere. I don't fucking know, man. But yeah, that's an example of not the worst. Indeed, indeed. F in chat for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now then, I'm gonna get gradually worse. Because y'all said. So we're gonna get gradually worse. Save image. Okay. Now then, moving on to this one. That is tiny. Hold up, I need to make this thing bigger. This one! That's a terrible picture, but it's better. Better enough, I should say. So this one is surprisingly worse than the Obi-Wan figure. Because every single one of the joints on this thing is either held together by a shit pin or friction. Like, what I mean by a shit pin is, I mean pin with... It shouldn't be laughing that hard. No fucking laugh, man. You don't gotta laugh, but... No, so like... Okay, so... The Vader figure itself looks fine. It looks fine in both modes. I'm actually surprised by the amount of like color swapping they did with this figure, where it looks primarily black in Vader form and kind of like bluish in TIE Fighter mode. But this is one of the Star Wars figures, and this is a trend, by the way. This is a trend with Star Wars figures that literally feel like they're going to disintegrate the second that you mess with them or breathe on them. And I fucking hated this one. I hated this one with a burning passion. So... and this one, just in general, was a bad figure. It posed like shit. Like, the promo picture you're seeing here is probably the most dynamic pose you can get out of this thing. So, yeah, pretty bad. And then we get to one that is slightly worse. Or actually, hold up. Before I go to one that's slightly worse, I will show you a different figure that was kind of like the upgrade from this one. Because they did redo this figure, and it got a whole lot better. So I will show you a small redemption that this guy had. Okay. Let me change to this. This was made about 3 years later. And it looks so much better, man. Looks so much better. The TIE Fighter mode is so fucking clean, and the robot mode looks more transformery, which I honestly prefer for these collab figures. This is one of the rare situations where they actually went back and redid a collab figure just because the original was so shit. And they actually went one step further with this one too. They made the cockpit actually usable. So, yeah. It holds together really well. It still poses like shit, so you can't get any good poses out of it, but it holds together a lot better. Holds together a lot better. I legitimately enjoyed this figure. I enjoyed this figure. Okay. Now then, let's move on to the next one. The next one. And it's another Darth Vader, by the way. It's another Darth Vader. So let's see here. Okay. So let's see here. This is the next one. Hold up, let me bring it over here a little bit. Yep, this is Darth Vader as the Death Star. Oh boy, this figure. Oh boy, this figure. Death Star mode looks fantastic. It looks fantastic. Now, keep in mind, I didn't have this figure personally. My cousin did, and I borrowed it from him for a little bit. But... I'm not a fan of this thing, man. I'm not a fan of it at all. The Death Star looks sick. The Vader part looks ass. Yeah, it's like Unicron, basically. But what plagues this figure is that due to the size of it, you would expect it to hold together better. A bit of history about this figure in particular. It was released at a much larger size than it was designed for. So if you know anything about 3D modeling and anything about CAD, you know that if a joint or a tolerance is upscaled, you need to upscale the tolerance as well. Because otherwise you're just creating further distance between the pieces. So like, for example, if you take like a tolerance of 5mm and downscale and like upscale it to like 10mm, you need to adjust accordingly with the next piece and like make it just a little bit more, I don't know how to fucking properly describe it. Anyways, all that to say, the tolerances in this guy were absolute ass. This guy was released at a, I want to say in Death Star form, he's like about a foot across. Or no, not a foot across, he's like 9 inches across. So he's like a decent size, he's like basketball sized. He was intended to be much smaller. I believe, I remember he was supposed to be released at like, I want to say a Voyager size. So the alt mode would have been like 4 inches across or so. So they basically doubled him in size. And they did not fix the tolerances at all. They just upscaled the CAD model and went into production. So this figure cannot stand up on its own. This figure can kind of transform, but when you get it into its alt mode, it literally falls apart. It does not stay together at all. It fucking falls apart. So, like, this promo picture that you're seeing here is, like, one of the rare occasions where they actually got it to stay in place. Because there's a bunch of locking tabs that don't fucking stay in. There's a single panel on the back that is solely held in by friction. And if that's out of place, then you can't line anything else up. So, fun. Super fun. Oh, man. Oh, so yeah, speaking tolerances wise, if you take a look here, I'm gonna block my face out real quick, just so I can show you guys this. Take a look at the knees section down at the very bottom, like right where you see the knees. You see those are held on by, they're ratchet joints. They look like they're supposed to be very heavy duty ratchets. They are not very heavy duty ratchets. Real quick, I'm gonna grab a couple figures for comparison to kind of like give you an idea. So I'm gonna leave this up on screen real quick. I'm going to grab a couple figures for an example real quick, just so I can kind of, it's easier for me to show than to like tell for this kind of thing. So give me like a minute. Okay, so I couldn't find a figure immediately that had individual ones that had soft and hard ratchets, but I found one that has both. So this is an example of what a soft ratchet sounds like. So you can hear how it's kind of like softer and it's clicking. Or actually, no, this is much better. It's a lot easier to move the ratchet. That is a soft ratchet. And this here is a hard ratchet, or like a hard ratchet. Yeah, hard ratchet. It takes a lot more force to actually click the thing into place. That is the kind of joint that they should have used on the Death Star. They did not use it on the Death Star. They used the fucking flimsy ass soft ratchets on the knees. So every single time, the reason why I said you can't stand this guy up is because when he's trying to stand it up, the upper body is too top heavy. So the ratchets in the knees, they fucking bend forward or backwards, and the figure just collapses on itself. It cannot stand up. But plastic-wise and everything, the figure's fine. Like, tolerance, if they had fixed the tolerance issues on this figure, it would have been perfect. It would have been perfect. But they didn't. They upscaled it without fixing anything, and they shipped it out. And it was fucking awful. So... okay. Now then. Let me try and find a figure. Let me try and find the picture of the worst one. Oh boy. Where is it? Where is it? That is of the redo, which is actually pretty good. I need the original. Here's the original. Save image. There we go. So before I show this image, what do you think is one of the most iconic ships in Star Wars? Off the top of your head, what would you say that most iconic one is? The Falcon, exactly. The Falcon. The Millennium Falcon is basically the flagship for Star Wars. So you would think that they would do their damnedest to make the Millennium Falcon the best figure. They tried, but they failed. This is the Transformers X Star Wars Millennium Falcon. It is a duocon, which means it splits into two figures, comprised of Han Solo and Chewbacca. Han Solo becomes the front, Chewbacca becomes the back. And at first you might be thinking, whoa, this thing looks pretty good. It looks fine. Wait, what's the problem with this thing? Take every single complaint that I've had about all these figures so far. Joint tolerances, plastic quality, brittleness, and roll it all into one figure. That is this figure. This figure has plastic that snaps way too easily. It's too thin. The tolerances are shit. There are no ratchet joints, by the way. There's none of these. There's none of these. Every single one is a friction joint. And what I mean by friction joint, by the way, for those of y'all that don't know, there are some joints that are solely held on by clips and by a single pin. Either a clip or a pin, by the way. It can be exclusive or it can be one or the other. These figures are built completely of friction joints and ball joints. And both of those joints wear down over time. Because think about it, you overuse a ball joint, it fucking wears down on the plastic. You overuse a friction joint, it wears down and eats away the plastic. You use a freaking pin friction joint, it wears away the metal on the pin. But it didn't take long with messing with these figures for them to lose their friction and all that shit. That's the bad part. Is that literally, I remember I got this thing out of the box for the first time. And within like 2 days, the figure itself, both of them, were too flimsy for me to enjoy. They would fall over if I so much as breathed on them. They would freaking be a nightmare to pose because I couldn't really pose them much at all. And I remember on the Chewbacca figure, his legs literally split in half because one of the joints was too fucking tight. That's one of the problems with brittle plastic, is that if a joint's too tight and you try to force the joint, it snaps the plastic clean off. And I fucking hated it, man, because I really wanted to love this thing. I really wanted to. And I really hope that they eventually... Okay, no, that's a lie. They did come back to this figure. They redid it, they fixed the plastic, and they fixed the joints. But the original release of the figure that most people have, and that most people remember this thing by, was a fucking nightmare. It was a fucking nightmare. Kids got it and kids hated it. They would fucking break it immediately. Like... fucking hell, man. I don't know. Yeah, this is the worst, in my opinion, the worst collaborative figure that Transformers has ever released. In my opinion. Now, I'm not gonna stream for too much longer, but since I've been ranting about negatives for so long, would you like me to show you some of my favorite collaborative figures? Just so we can kind of like get up there a bit more. Spread some positivity instead of negativity. Because I do have some really good, there are some really good ones that I really do enjoy. There are ones that I wish I had and ones that I do have. So give me a sec. Okay. Yes, this is actually a really good example of a perfect, near enough perfect collaborative figure. The one that I'm about to show you right now. Let me find a good picture of it, because I don't want to pull up a shit one. I'll just do this one, because it has a whole bunch more information on it. Okay. So this one is one that I don't have. It's one that I wish I had. And one that I really want to try and find. This is a massive fucking image. Hold on. Want me to hydrate? I'll hydrate after I shrink down this image. Give me a second. I didn't realize it was this big. That's what she said. Add jail again? Alright, great. You guys can wait and add jail while I shrink down the image. There we go. And I'll hydrate in the meantime. Yeah, I needed to shrink down that image a lot. Yeah, so this is one of my favorite collab figures that I've seen, and I really want it. This is Transformers X JAXA. That is the Japan space industry, by the way. This is their Lunar Cruiser Prime, based off of one of their moon rover concepts. And this thing is fucking sick. This thing is awesome. It is gorgeous. It holds together like a fucking dream, and I love it to death. I want this thing so badly. And you see it retails for pretty cheap too. It's 11,000 yen. That's pretty good, all things considered. But no, for the price that it is, it feels fucking fantastic. It feels amazing. Because I got to mess with one that I saw at a con once. And, oh shit, hold up. Oh fuck, sorry, excuse me. But yes. If I was a rich prince from Eastern Europe, I would have those things in the room just to look at. I fucking would too, I'm gonna be honest. But no, this thing is glorious, and I wish I had it. It poses like a dream. It transforms pretty fucking smoothly, all things considered. Okay. And now let me show you the favorite one that I have that I own. That I own, at least. Let me see if I can pull up a picture. Okay. Can I find a picture of both? Yes, I can. Perfect. There we go. So, this one here is a figure that I own, and a figure that I very much enjoy. This is one of 4 collaborative figures that Transformers has done with G.I. Joe. This is their Sergeant Cup as the Triple T from G.I. Joe. And I don't know shit about G.I. Joe, by the way. I am solely a Transformers nerd. But I like this thing very much. I love this thing. It's fucking awesome. But, okay, so there were 3 collaborative figures with G.I. Joe released previous to this. There was... There was Megatron released as the Hiss Tank, which I have. It's an okay figure. It's not great, but it's okay. There was Bumblebee. Bumblebee was released as the... coming up as the Striker? AWE Striker? That's what he turned into. And then after that was... And Bumblebee figure is fine, by the way. I have that one. It's fine. Then there is the Soundwave collab figure with G.I. Joe released as the Dreadnought Thunder Machine. I don't know what that one is either, but... Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm just starting to feel out of it, man. From yapping for so long. See, I'm definitely gonna end stream soon, because only hour long for these nights, but... yeah, the Soundwave is the 3rd one, but this is the 4th one of the G.I. Joe collab figures, and it's the one that I enjoy the most. I enjoy this one the most. Just because it feels great, it transforms perfectly smooth, so, yeah. And that is all I got in me for today. That's all I got in me, I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry if I've started to sound like a little nasally. Again, I'm not used to yapping for this long and about stuff that I enjoy for so long, but I appreciate y'all that actually stuck around and like listen to me yap about it. Because I enjoy nerding out about this kind of stuff. So, yeah. Fuck it, I might just go end stream and then, you know, relax for the night. maybe pop on some anime. If I stream again this week before my work and shit, then it'll be earlier on. But let me, I forgot I didn't pin this shit to my profile. I probably should. Yeah, so if I don't stream before Thursday, then on Thursday we'll be doing Minecraft. Thursday, it'll either be Minecraft or something else. I'm thinking probably Minecraft because I want to do that. Maybe I'll show you guys the vanilla world that I've been working on. But Friday, I'm almost debating on changing that to Star Citizen because I haven't played that in a while and I want to. Because otherwise it's going to be just chatting, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that is pretty much what I'm at right now. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. I'm gonna upload the VOD real quick, and yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me out for a bit. I appreciate y'all hanging out for a bit. And I love you all the pieces. I love you all the pieces. You're all great, you're all great, you're all gorgeous, you're all beautiful. Let me see if anyone is live that I can raid. Ooh, Lexi is live. Lexi is indeed live. So, what do you say we go give some love to Lexi and say hi? Lexi Lena, she's playing Stranova. That sounds fun. A little anime shooter. Y'all go give some love to Lexi. And I'll tweet again if I'm gonna stream after work any of these days. So, yeah. I'm gonna go rest my voice. I'm gonna go get food and all that. So, yeah, take care. Give Lexi some love. Suck right in the chat. And yeah, let's go.
Okay,
Nobody's confident.